What's going on? Tom here, and in this video I'm going to show you the exact profile visit funnel and ad system that allows most of my clients to scale past 50 to 100k a month with their info product business or their agency. And collectively with all my clients, it's allowed them to amass 4+ million in cash collected with high ticket deals. Okay, and in this video I'm going to go through the profile optimization, the system, the ad setup, absolutely everything. Now there is a bunch of different funnels. There's VSL, there's story visits, there's DMs, there's webinars, there's a bunch, right? And the issue with VSL and most funnels is people know already, right? A lot of prospects don't have too much trust. So they know you're trying to book them in for a sales call. They get it, right? Back maybe 5-6 years ago, they probably didn't. And it probably worked a lot better. But now cost per call is through the roof. People are showing up, maybe not even showing up, and people are showing up really cold. So the reason why this funnel works is because it has a way to maybe longer the sales process and longer the sales cycle, but people are showing up warm, nurtured, and ready to buy. It's less friction. So the way it works is you get eyeballs into your optimized IG profile, okay? And this is low friction. All you're asking with the top of funnel ad is literally just to follow, right? You're speaking to the ICP, you're giving some social proof, and you're saying, follow me for more. Pretty simple, right? Like, it's not like booking a call, it's not high friction, okay? And after that, you're using your optimized profile, ICP focused content, and YouTube redirection to nurture these leads. This is the key to it, right? And whilst you're nurturing with the actual content, an appointment setter is going through all your followers, all the new follows, likes, story views, everything, starting a conversation, right? Getting down to their pain points, their goals, really positioning themselves as the answer, okay? And they're sending over pre-handling workflows as well and story sequences to actually engage them into a conversation. So I'm going to go through the optimized profile first, just so you know actually how important the destination is. And I call this the destination, right? You have the ads, which is top of funnel, but the destination is the key. Right? If you have ads and it comes to a shitty profile that doesn't really speak to your ICP, then no one's gonna follow. Okay, so you have unprofitable ads. So a key to a good destination is a few things. First things first, it's the actual profile picture, crisp profile picture that shows your face, right? Builds that authority and trust. And after that, it's the bio. The bio has to speak to your ICP. Let's say I am a mum, I've got a kid, and I want to learn how to parent my kid better, right? And I come to your profile, which spoke to me in the ad, and it doesn't really have a bio, it doesn't really show how you can actually provide value. Like, they're not going to follow, right? So your bio has to have a few things. First of all, it's got to tell exactly what you do and who you help, okay? Second of all, it's got to have a CTA, right? Maybe a keyword to say message for more info, whatever. And third of all, I think this is the most important, is a redirection to YouTube. Now, as you saw with the Google study, I don't know if you know already, Google said that typically it takes around 7 hours of consuming content or being with someone, whether it be on interviews, whether it be in person, whether it be on content, to get someone to buy your thing, right? On Instagram, with these short reels, it will take so many reels to get to that point. So YouTube is a great way to really build trust with client testimonials, interviews, maybe value, personal content. So what I like to have is a YouTube VSL in the bio, right? Pretty much a video sales letter that goes through your system, your testimonials, your authority, and a CTA, a call to action at the very end. This is what all the best creators are doing with their funnels, right? They're not having any very obvious VSL, they're having an inconspicuous one on YouTube. Okay, so people will come to your profile, they'll look at your bio, they'll be like, okay, that speaks to me, like that's my pain point. And then maybe they'll watch the YouTube video. Who knows? They could book in straight away. They could binge all your YouTube content and build that trust. And now another aspect of the optimized profile is results and your highlight reels. Okay, you want a way to have as many touch points as possible. Touch point number 1. Okay, touch point number 2, the YouTube video. Touch point number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, as many results as you can, just showing exactly what you do, right? Because this builds that trust. It shows you know exactly what you do, right? And the most important thing is the start here page. This is pretty much another touch point in the form of a video sales letter, but just on pictures. Okay, so for me, for anyone's new, welcome. This is what I do, some testimonials. This is who I was, you know, what my story was and what I've transformed into, okay? Just to get people to trust me even more, all right? Also the pin post. So what I like to do is one for authority, one for the specific system, redirecting to YouTube as well, and one a bit more authentic, going through exactly who I am, what my results are. Do you know what I mean? Getting them to buy into me as a person. Because results are good, but if they don't buy into you as a person, then it's cooked, right? And of course, a tiny bit more reels that have popped up, maybe the good ones, and just a bit more authority on who you are. It's really, really, really important. So that is the optimization of the profile. Now, the next part of it is the appointment setting process, okay? So with appointment setting, it's really important that these appointment setters know exactly what your offer is, know how you speak and your language, right? So I always get appointment setters to go through a bunch of my YouTube videos and my clients' YouTube videos before, so they understand the offer and how to speak, okay? Really important that the appointment setters just have a normal conversation, reaching out to all likes, all followers, everything, okay? Sparking up conversation, getting their pain points, getting their goals, and positioning the call as the next step. Look, like, we could potentially book you in a call to see if we can help, right? Would that work? Yes. Then you book them into the call, right? And throughout this appointment setting process, what you're doing is you're essentially sending over pre-handling workflows, maybe YouTube videos you've created that handle specific objections, okay? And whenever it pops up in the DMs, you just send it over, right? Really, really, really simple. And the way you actually get people, aside from just reaching out to followers, etc., right? The way you actually get people to message you is through story sequences. Okay, they essentially look like this. It's essentially two type of story sequences, a hard CTA and a soft CTA. Now, a hard CTA, you should probably do 2 of these a week. One hard, one soft. Okay, potentially more in your content. Hard CTA is, okay, sweet, like I've got a course, I've got a mentorship, I've got a service, we've got 3 spots left. DM, keyword, and I will essentially send you a booking link. Now, a soft CTA, more people are going to respond to this, but they'll be less warm. This is essentially giving maybe a lead magnet or a free bit of content. Okay, I've created a free training. Here it is. You could potentially send over your YouTube VSL. All right, and then the people who come to the DMs, the appointment setter, who we hire from a specific hiring pipeline, is literally there to carry them to the next stage of the process. Now, the next stage is the closing, right? So the most important time is the time in between when they book the call and when the call's actually live, okay? You've got to get as many bits of content and as much nurturing in between that time. So I do this through the Hammer Them sequence, Jeremy Haynes' sequence. You just send over a bunch of automated emails handling frequently asked questions that come up on sales calls as well. And then if you really want to replace yourself, or you're just a founder, carry on taking calls, you can either get in a trained closer, good follow-up system, and a sales process to make sure you're closing at above 30 to 50% closing rate. All right. Now let's go through the actual ad setup. Now it's really, really simple to set up. I'll just give you an example. So what you want to do is you want to go to Meta Ads Manager. Okay. New campaign, traffic campaign. Okay. You want to do manual traffic campaign for now. Right now, AI is not as good to actually do the targeting for you. So you want to do manual traffic campaign. Okay. Traffic, you can name it follower ads or whatever. Okay, then you essentially want to click next. Instagram or Facebook. Okay, don't select your Facebook page, select your Instagram page. Really, really, really important. And I would select minimum of £20, $30 a day in terms of budget. And the sort of gauge for testing follower ads is like if you run it for 5 to 7 days, you spend near enough $200 and they're not really getting the qualified followers, then you could probably test new creatives or whatever. And we can go through that in a different video. All right, so minimum £20 or $20, $30 in ad spend daily. Then what you want to do is you want to go down to audience controls, right? The way I like to target, and it really depends on your offer, is specific locations. So UK and US, you can type US, you can type anywhere in Europe, you can type pretty much anything, okay? In terms of the age, I'd say a minimum age for me anyway, in my market is 21, but it depends on your ICP, right? I always like Advantage plus audience. You always want to switch to original audience options. Use original audience because this allows you to create your own targeting. So what I do is, let's say United States, click there. Age, not too broad because then it'll just target everyone. For example, let's say you're selling high ticket sales coaching or any form of coaching. I don't know. Your ICP could be 21 to, let's say, 35. Okay. Genders, All genders works, but if you have a specific offer that's for male or female, you can change that. And demographics, okay? You always want to select just interests, right? You don't want to select anything else other than interests. One or two, right? A really broad one, entrepreneurship. Let's have a look. Business or finance, interest. And you can add one other. You can sort of test around with the targeting here. So for example, let's say high ticket sales, right? Or if you do something else, maybe appointment setting or online business or anything, right? Usually two targeting niches works well, right? I probably wouldn't go any more than that, right? Now, after this, placements. It's probably the last one that's probably most important. And to be fair, you want to click off manual placements. Now, I wouldn't select Facebook unless your target ICP is on Facebook. I would only select Instagram feed, profile feed, not Instagram Explore, Instagram stories, Instagram reels, not search results, what else? And profile feed. That's pretty much it. Okay. After this, ad setup, create ad, and you just upload the video or just maybe a still story as well. Set up ad creative, you upload it here. That's pretty much it. You publish it. And yeah, that's essentially how you set up on Ads Manager. Now, what I would do is I just keep on testing maybe every 5 to 7 days, depending on how much you've spent. If you start seeing a decent amount of qualified followers on your following, then you can keep on running it, right? But that is pretty much it, guys. Like that is essentially the Instagram profile visit funnel. Now, the most important thing, yes, the ads are important, but it's the optimized profile, the appointment setting, and the closing system. So essentially, if you want me and my team to help you build out this whole funnel and get you replaced in sales, get you an automated client acquisition system, then either book in a call below or drop me a follow on Instagram. We can have a conversation. Have a good day, guys, and speak soon.